नमस्कार दोस्तों, वेलकम इन अवर ऑनलाइन स्टडी ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स।
दोस्तों, मैथ एक ऐसा सब्जेक्ट है कि आप इसके जितना नज़दीक जाएंगे, जितना करीब जाएंगे, ये अपने आप में उतना ही इंटरेस्ट आपको बढ़ाएगा। इसलिए मैथ से कभी भी दूरी मत बनाएं। चलिए, आज के इस वीडियो में हम क्लास 10th के मैथमेटिक्स के चैप्टर 7 में कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री के विषय में चर्चा करेंगे। तो आइए हमारे इस वीडियो का आनंद उठाइए और इसे समझने की पूरी कोशिश कीजिए। तो दोस्तों, आनंद उठाइए हमारे इस वीडियो का। तो सबसे पहले हम बात करते हैं कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री। व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री? कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री इज द ब्रांच ऑफ मैथमेटिक्स in which we study algebra with the help of geometry and geometry with the help of algebra. Means coordinate geometry in which we study the algebra, and algebra in which we study the algebraic expression, that is mathematical operation with variables, that is known as algebra. So in which the branch of mathematics in which we study the algebra is known as coordinate geometry. दोस्तों, रेनी डेकार्टे, everybody know about this person. This person is known as father of coordinate geometry, and he gives the concept. René Descartes, the great French mathematician, he solved the problem of describing the position of a point in a plane. The system used for describing the position of a point in a plane is known as the Cartesian system. दोस्तों, रेनी डेकार्टे के नाम पर ही ये कार्टेशियन सिस्टम कहा जाता है। किसी भी पॉइंट की पोजीशन को जानने के लिए जो एक प्लेन में है, उसका सिद्धांत रेनी डेकार्टे ने दिया था। इसीलिए इनको हम मैथ्स का जनक कहते हैं। नाउ कोऑर्डिनेट्स. What about the coordinate? Everybody know origin, and this is the x-axis, and this one is y-axis. The intersection point is known as origin and generally denoted by O. So this intersection point of x-axis and y-axis is known as origin. So these are two axes. X, this is positive direction of x-axis, and this is the negative direction of x-axis. Means we indicate here negative numbers, and this is the positive direction of y-axis, means indicated the positive numbers, and this one is negative direction of y-axis. Here we indicated negative numbers. Now quadrants. There are 4 quadrants. Everybody know here. This is first quadrant, and this one is second quadrant, and here is third quadrant, and now this one is known as 4 quadrant. These 4 quadrant divided by these axes, that is x-axis and y-axis. Now first quadrant denoted positive coordinates, that is x coordinate is positive and y coordinate is also positive, and second coordinate indicated x coordinate as negative and y coordinate is positive. And then third coordinate, both sign are negative, means x coordinate and y coordinate both are negative. And this is fourth quadrant, x coordinate is positive and y coordinate is negative. So these are quadrant, and the sign of quadrant you have to learn. And keep in mind that always plus is present just near to y-axis in these three quadrant, but quadrant third is already negative, that is x and y both are negative coordinates, and other for keep in mind this plus just lies nearest to the y-axis. So 1, 0 lies in which quadrant? First or second? Which one? 1, 0 lies, this is the question, 1, 0 lies in which quadrant? None, किसी भी quadrant में नहीं होगा. Points which lie on the x-axis do not lie in any quadrant, because x coordinate is 1, means this point lies just this position. So this is non lies in any quadrant. Now coordinate. First of all, we indicated these axes and the numbers negative and positive directions with negative and positive direction. Now what you represent this point? X-axis is 2, so this is 2, and y-axis is 1. Distance from the y-axis is 1. So the coordinate of this point is 2, 1. Now second point, you can see that x coordinate is negative 3, that is minus 3, and y coordinate is minus 2. So we will indicate it is minus 3, minus 2. And minus 3 is known as abscissa, and this is ordinate. Okay, second coordinate is known as ordinate, and first coordinate is known as abscissa. Now what is the position of this point? Clear? The y-axis is 2, lies between 2 and 3, that is 2.5, and x-axis distance from the x-axis is 4. So we can see that this is 4, 2.5. Distance from the x-axis is plus 4, and distance from the y-axis just lies between minus 2 and minus 3. So we can say that minus 2.5. So the position of this point is 4, minus 2.5. Now the distance formula. How can you generate distance formula? Let us, this is the axis, x-axis and y-axis, and this is a point P having coordinate x1 and y1, and this is the point Q having coordinate x2 and y2. Now we will find here distance between these 2 points P, Q. So let us here, there's the distance from the x-axis PQN is a right angle triangle. So first of all, we will construct it as PQN. This is a right angle triangle. In this, let us, this is the distance from the x-axis is x2 and this is the y x1. Therefore, distance from this is x2 minus x1. Similarly, whole distance is y2 and this one is y1. Therefore, remaining is y2 minus y1. Now, using the Pythagoras theorem, that is PQ square equal to PN square plus QN square. Okay. How can you say that? By the Pythagoras theorem, this is the hypotenuse. Therefore, PQ square equal to PN square plus QN square. And the Pn square is how much? Pn. Pn means x2 minus x1. So we will write x2 minus x1 whole square. And this distance, that is Qn, how much? y2 minus y1. So we will write here y2 minus y1 whole square, because this is square. After that, taking square root, we will get pq equal to under root x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is known as distance formula, and you will keep in mind this formula, that is, this is the distance formula. And you can also write this as x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square. So the answer never change because this is the square, so sign will not change. Therefore we can write in both form, either x2 minus x1 or x1 minus x2 whole square. Similarly, y1 minus y2 whole square or y2 minus y1 whole square. This gives the same value. So this formula is known as distance formula. Okay, I think that the concept is clear for the distance formula, and for deriving the distance formula we will construct this figure, and taking this whole distance is x2 from the x-axis from the origin, and similarly this is the distance x1 from the origin, that is y-axis, and remaining distance we can calculate, that is x2 minus x1. Similarly, this distance is y1, let us we will take this is y1, and whole distance from the x-axis to this point q is y2, then the distance is y2 minus y1. This is the distance qn. Now using the Pythagoras theorem in this right angle triangle, we can write hypotenuse, that is pq square, equal to pn square, that is base square, plus altitude square, that is qn square, and substitute the value. Pn is x2 minus x1 whole square, and this is y2 minus y1. So we will get this distance formula. Now distance from origin. How can you calculate distance from origin? Distance of x comma y from the origin is x minus 0, because the coordinate of origin is always 0 comma 0. So x and the origin is 0, so x minus 0 whole square plus y minus y, वो क्या फॉर्मूला क्या होता है, y2 minus y1. So हम क्या लिखेंगे, y2 means this y and y1 means origin 0. So y minus 0 whole square means we will get under root x square plus y square. So this is the distance from the origin. Okay, and you will get this type of question in examination, that is multiple choice question, and some option is given. So you will select the distance from the origin is x2 minus under root x square plus y square. This is the distance from the origin. Now application of distance formula for parallelogram. We can prove using distance formula that this diagram is a parallelogram. How can you prove it? First of all, you will find the distance this line, after that this line. Then you will get these opposite lines are equal, and then you will find the distance of left side and the right side. So you will once again get the same value, means opposite sides are also equal. Okay, so you can prove that this is a parallelogram. After that, rhombus. Application of distance formula you can apply here. You will find the all side of rhombus, then you will get the same value by using distance formula, and you can prove it, this is a rhombus. Similarly, for the rectangle, you will find the distance of this left side and the right side, you will get the same value, and the top side and the bottom side, once again you will get the other same value. So you can say that opposite sides of these parallelograms are equal. Now for rectangle, one more thing is required. You will find the distance of diagonals. So you will get the same value of these diagonals if the values of diagonals and the values of opposite sides are same, then you can say that this is a rectangle. Now for square, using distance formula you can prove that this is a square. You will find the value of all sides using distance formula. If the coordinate of all vertices is given, then you can find the distance of all sides and then find the value of both diagonals, that is the distance of both diagonals. You will get the same value. Then you can say that this is a square. After that, section formula. How can you derive section formula? Okay, so for the section formula, we will take a line segment as you see in this diagram. Then you can prove it as, let us A having the coordinate x1, y1 and B having the coordinate x2, y2 and P, this is the middle. Any point on this line segment having the coordinate x, y. Then how can you find the section formula? Once again I want to tell you that here is a line segment AB having coordinate x1 and y1, similarly x2 and y2, and the coordinate of point P, which just lies between these 2 points, having coordinate x, y, and this line segment divided in m into n ratio. M is to n. So how can you derive the distance formula? We will join these lines. Then we will get here a triangle, and this is also a triangle, means triangle PKB, and here is the second triangle AHP, means PHA. So these two triangles, what you say about these two triangles? Triangles AHP and PKB. PKB and triangle AHP both are similar. How can you say? By the AA criterion, because this is angle 90 degree and this is the corresponding angle. So you can say that these are similar. If two triangles are similar, then you can say that the ratios of similar triangles are equal. That is AP, that is this side, AP divided by PB. Okay, BP भी लिख सकते हैं. Similarly AH divided by PK, base side divided by base side, and next one PH, that is altitude, and this is also BK, having the same ratio if these two triangles are similar, and these two triangles is already similar by the AA criterion. Then we can say that AP and BP, the value of AP is M and the value of BP is N, and the value of AH is x2 minus x1 divided by x2 minus x equal to y minus y1 divided by y2 minus y1. How can you say? You can say it, and then you will get the coordinate of P is mx2. By simplifying this, we will get mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, and m by 2 plus ny1 divided by m plus n. So this is the coordinate of the point P, and this is known as section formula. Means this is internal division. Internal division means point P just lies between these 2 points A and B. And now for external division. External division means point P just lies outside of the given line segment AB. So you can see here, this is a line segment AB having coordinate x1 and y1, तो दोस्तों एंजॉय कीजिए इस वीडियो को और आगे बढ़ते हैं। सेक्शन फॉर्मूला दैट इज इंटरनल डिवीजन। इंटरनल डिवीजन मींस a line segment is given and a point P just lies between these 2 points. So we can say that this is internal division, means ये वाला point P इन दोनों के बीच में कहीं ना कहीं होगा, तो इसको हम बोलते हैं internal division. So let's 2 points A and B having coordinate x1 y1 and x2 y2. And our requirement to find the coordinate of point P, let us x and y. Now we will join these, draw the perpendicular these 3 points, that is point A, point P and join parallel to x axis. So we will get 2 triangles. One triangle is PKB and second triangle is AHP, and these 2 triangles AHP and PKB similar. Why? By the AA criterion. How can you say? Because this angle and this angle P and angle B, this is the corresponding angle, they are equal, and this is perpendicular, that is 90 degree, so this is also equal, and this is angle A and angle P, also corresponding angle. So all angles are equal, therefore we can say that these 2 triangles are similar. If these 2 triangles are similar, then we can say that the ratio of their sides will be equal, that is AP upon PB, side of first triangle divided by side of second triangle. Similarly AH upon PK, that is base side divided by base side, and PH means altitude divided by altitude, that is BK. Now if the value of AP is M and the value of BP is N. Why? We have to take this line segment divide in the ratio M into N. So this is M by N, and the distance of AH, this is AH. If we take total X and this is X1, then we can say that this distance is X minus X1, and similarly this is X2 minus X and Y minus Y1 divided by 2 minus Y1. On simplifying this, we will get the section formula, that is mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n, comma m by 2 plus n by 1 divided by m plus 1. So this is the section formula which is internally divided. Now external division. What do you mean by the external division? Means if a line segment is given, let us AB is a line segment is given, then point P lies just outside of this line segment AB. See just in the diagram, this is x-axis and y-axis, and here is 2 points A and B, and this point P just lies outside of this line segment AB, having got point A having coordinate x1 y1 and point B having coordinate x2 y2, and let's the point P have the coordinate xy. So our requirement to find the value of x and y. So P divide AB externally in the ratio m into n. Let us, the whole ratio of this line segment is, this is m and this is n. Now again we will draw the perpendicular line from these points as you see. After that join the parallel lines of the x-axis and naming this is L, M and H, K and P. Once again we will get these 2 triangles are similar by AAA criterion, because this angle is 90 degree and this is the corresponding angle. This is also angle A and angle B is also corresponding angle. So angle P, triangle PAH whole triangle, and similar to triangle PBK, PBK, whole triangle PAH. You can see that in diagram. So if these two triangles are similar, then their ratios are also similar, means whole side, that is AP divided by BP. Similarly, whole side AH divided by BK, and similarly PH divided by PK. PH is this one and PK is this. So again, AP is M and BP is N. And this is distance x minus x1 and x minus x2 equal to y minus y1 and y minus y2. How can you say this is x minus x1? Let us, this is whole is x and this one distance is only x. So remaining is x minus x1. Similarly, this is y minus y1. After that, this is, we will get, on simplifying this, we will get the coordinate of point P, that is mx2 minus nx1 divided by m minus n, and m by 2 minus n by 1 divided by m minus 1. So what is the difference between internal and external formula? What is the difference between internal and external formula? And in the internal formula, you will get plus sign in both places, that is numerator and denominator. Similarly, in this y coordinate, you will get here plus sign, and in the external division, you will get the negative sign in both places, that is numerator and denominator of x coordinate and numerator of denominator of y coordinate. Y coordinate means ordinate and x coordinate means abscissa. So you will get the, this is the external formula. So keep in mind what is the external section formula. Section formula, external division. Now moving on, next, midpoint, coordinate of midpoint. How can you find the coordinate of midpoint? Let us A and B are 2 points, then the coordinate of point midpoint of AB. If it is midpoint, it means that point divided in the same ratio, that is 1:1, because this is the middle point. Now the coordinate of this point, coordinate of point P will be x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Means you will add the x coordinate and just half, and add the y coordinate and just half. Then you will get the coordinate of midpoint of any line segment. Now centroid of a triangle. How can you find the centroid of a triangle? Intersection of medians of a triangle is called the centroid. What is the centroid? Means if all three medians intersect at a point, then that point is called centroid of a triangle. So let us, this is a triangle ABC having coordinate x1 y1 and point B x2 y2 and point C x3 y3. Then AD is a median and BE is also a median. CF is a median. All these three medians intersect a point Z. Then point Z is known as centroid. Okay, point Z is always known as Z. Now the coordinate DEF. How can you find the coordinate of D? Means D is the middle point of this line segment BC. So you will add x coordinate, that is x2 plus x3 divided by 2, and now y coordinate y2 plus y3 divided by 2. So this is the coordinate of point D. Now similarly, coordinate of point E means x1 plus x3 divided by 2 and y1 plus y3 divided by 2. Similarly, the coordinate of point F, that is x2 plus x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. So this is the midpoint of DEF. Okay. Now centroid of triangle for this triangle ABC and the coordinate of midpoint DEF already we have to find. Now let us consider point L, M, N dividing AD, BE and CF respectively in the ratio 2:1. Let us this point DAD, divide this line segment into ratio 2:1. This is 2, that is AG is 2 and GD is 1. Similarly BE is 2 and GE is 1. Similarly CG is 2 and GF is 1. So let us, this point L is the point of this point. Consider, let us, this point for BE is L, okay, silently. And similarly M is the point of BE. M is the point, this point M is known as for the line segment BE. And similarly N is the line segment of CF. CF is the line segment, N is the point for the CF is the CF. Means, what do you mean? Means this point L for AD, divide this line segment AD in 2:1 ratio. Similarly point M, divide this line segment into 2:1, and similarly this CF is also 2:1. So using distance section formula, that is M1x2, what is mx1 plus nx2. N is 2 and x2 means this point D. D is the x2 plus x3 by 2. And similarly here we will use the section formula, then we will get what? Similarly for the point BE, the coordinate of point M, using section formula you will get same things. And similarly for CF we will get the coordinate of point N. L का भी हमने पहले पता किया, फिर M का पता किया और N का पता किया. तो यहाँ पे आया x3 plus 2 x1 plus x2 divide by 2 divide by 1 plus 2. Similarly for y coordinate, using section formula in all these three medians, then we will get the coordinate of point L, M, N. This is the point N. In the previous, here we will get the coordinate of point M, and here is we will get the coordinate of point L. On simplifying, we will get the coordinate of point LMN, that is x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3 and y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. सेम फॉर M. M के लिए भी हमें यही मिलेगा, x1 plus x2 divided by 3, y1 plus y2 plus divided by 3, और N के लिए भी हमें यही वैल्यू मिलेगी. तो हमने क्या देखा कि L, M और M तीनों का वैल्यू सेम है और वहां ही कोऑर्डिनेट आपका पॉइंट G है. तो सेंट्रॉइड का कोऑर्डिनेट हो गया x1 plus x2 plus x3 divided by 3 and comma y1 plus y2 plus y3 divided by 3. So this is the formula for the centroid of a triangle. Now moving for next, enjoy the video. This is the important topic and important things you can see just in this video. So try to understand everything and keep in mind. Now centroid of triangle, this one we will get for this triangle ABC, and we will get the element, same things. So L, M, N, G all are equal. Medians are concurrent at the centroid. Centroid divide medians in ratio 2:1. तो हम दोनों बातों को कह सकते हैं कि मीडियन जो है वो एक ही पॉइंट से पास होंगी और जो सेंट्रॉइड को मीडियन 2:1 के रेशियो में डिवाइड करेंगे. तो ये चीज हमें आगे बहुत काम आने वाली है, तो इस चीज को हम अपने माइंड में रखेंगे कि मीडियंस आर कंकरेंट एंड डिवाइड दिस इनटू द रेशियो 2:1 एंड दिस पॉइंट इज नोन एज सेंट्रॉइड. ओके, नाउ फॉर इन सेंटर, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय इन सेंटर? Intersection of angles bisectors. Angle bisector of a triangle is called the incenter. मतलब अगर किसी भी ट्रायंगल के एंगल को का बाइसेक्टर खींचेंगे और जहां पर भी वो इंटरसेक्ट करेंगे तो उसको हम क्या कहेंगे, इन सेंटर. Try to understand. This is example. This is a figure. Let us say triangle ABC, and we have to draw a bisector of angle A. Then we will get a line segment AD, and similarly draw the bisector of angle B. Then we will get a line segment BE, and similarly draw the bisector of angle C. Therefore, we will get CF, and these three bisectors of angle intersect at a point. This intersection is known as incenter of a triangle. Now, how can you find the coordinate of incenter? Incenter is the center of the circle. यही आपका सर्कल का भी सेंटर होगा. ठीक है, इन सेंटर का मतलब समझ ही गए होंगे. एक ऐसा ट्रायंगल जिसके अंदर सर्कल हो और उसका सेंटर ही इन सेंटर होता है. सर्कल का सेंटर ही इन सेंटर होता है. तो इसका कोऑर्डिनेट कैसे पता करेंगे? लेट BC इक्वल टू ए. दिस लाइन सेगमेंट BC, लेट इज द लेंथ ऑफ दिस लाइन सेगमेंट इज A एंड AC इज B, एंड सिमिलरली ABC. ओके, कैसे ये आप हमेशा याद रखेंगे, को वर्टेक्स A के अपोजिट का लेंथ A लिया जाता है, वर्टेक्स B के अपोजिट का लेंथ B लिया जाता है, और C के अपोजिट का लेंथ C लिया जाता है. तो AB हो जाएगी C. नाउ AD, BE एंड CF आर द एंगल बाइसेक्टर ऑफ AB एंड C रेस्पेक्टिवली. देन we will get BD divided by DC, AB divided by AC means B by C. Okay, how can you get? Because these two triangles are similar, so no need to prove it that is similar. BD by DC equal to AB by AC equal to B by C, and then we will coordinate of the point D. What you get, that is BX2 using the internal formula, section formula, that is mx2 plus nx1 divided by m plus n. So here the B and C is the line segment, so and B by 2 plus C by 3 divided by B plus C. So we will get the coordinate of this point D using the section formula. Now for this again, AI upon ID, AB upon BD equal to AC upon DC, AB plus AC upon BD plus DC means adding these two, then we will get AB plus AC, and denominator again adding 2, then we will get BD plus DC. This is known as componendo dividendo rule. इसका मतलब क्या होता है, नोमरेटर को नोमरेटर से प्लस करेंगे और डिनोमिनेटर को डिनोमिनेटर से प्लस करेंगे. तो नोमरेटर नोमरेटर प्लस हुआ AB प्लस AC, और डिनोमिनेटर प्लस हुआ तो BD प्लस DC मीन्स C प्लस B डिवाइड बाई A. देन वी विल गेट अगेन यूजिंग द सेक्शन फॉर्मूला फॉर द पॉइंट I, we will get AX1 plus B plus C divide and BX2 plus CX3. This is the coordinate of point D, which we already find. This is the coordinate of point D, and this is the coordinate of point A. For the line segment AD, we will use the section formula. Okay, so then we will get these things. On simplifying this, we will get I equal to, that is the in center, AX1 plus BX2 plus CX3 divided by A plus B plus C. Keep in mind that similarly I can be derived using E and F also. इसी तरह से हम E के लिए भी और F के लिए भी डिराइव कर सकते हैं. तीनों का वैल्यू सेम ही आएगा. तो AX1 plus BX2 plus CX3 divided by A plus B plus C, और सिमिलरली Y के लिए भी यही आएगा, A by 1 plus B by 2 plus C by 3 divided by A plus B plus C. So this is the incenter of a triangle. Angle bisector are concurrent at the incenter. तो bisector भी हैं, वो भी किसी एक पॉइंट से पास होंगे. उस पॉइंट को हम कहेंगे incenter, और उसके कोऑर्डिनेट होंगे जो आप देख रहे हैं ax1 प्लस bx2 प्लस cx3 डिवाइड बाई a प्लस b प्लस c एंड ay1 प्लस by2 प्लस cy3 डिवाइड बाई a प्लस b प्लस c. So this is the rule for finding the incenter of a triangle. Okay, you can use direct formula for finding the incenter because coordinate of triangle is already given and side is also given. If not given, then you can find the using distance formula. Then we will get the distance of all sided and then we will put directly here. Then we will get the coordinate of incenter. Now x center, what do you mean by x center? Intersection of external angles bisector of a triangle is called the x center. अभी क्या था इन सेंटर में? इंटीरियर एंगल का बाइसेक्टर जो हमें मिला था वो इन सेंटर था. अब हमको क्या है? एक्सटीरियर एंगल का बाइसेक्टर जहां भी इंटरसेक्ट करेगा तो वो आपका एक्स सेंटर होगा. तो देखिए इसको हमने एक्सटेंड कर लिया और इसका बाइसेक्टर ड्रॉ किया. फिर इस एंगल को भी हमने लाइन सेगमेंट को एक्सटेंड किया तो इस एंगल का बाइसेक्टर ड्रॉ किया और एंगल बी का भी बाइसेक्टर ड्रॉ किया. तो हमें एक इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट मिला E. ये E क्या होगा? एक्सटर्नल एक्स सेंटर. यू कैन सी इफ यू ड्रॉ द सर्कल देन दिस इज द सेंटर फॉर दिस सर्कल and this is known as x center for this triangle ABC. X center is the center of the x circle. ये सर्कल भी इस ट्राइंगल के बाहर बना हुआ है इसलिए इसको सर्कल को भी x सर्कल बोलेंगे और पॉइंट E को हम x सेंटर बोलेंगे. और इसके कोऑर्डिनेट के लिए हमें सिर्फ माइनस लगाना है. तो हम देखेंगे माइनस फॉर E के लिए ए के लिए ये पॉइंट ए है. इसके लिए हमारा हो जाएगा माइनस ax1 प्लस bx2 प्लस सी. केवल ए आपका नेगेटिव रहेगा पॉइंट ए के लिए और बाई के लिए भी वही. और इसी तरह से ई बी के लिए भी केवल बी नेगेटिव रहेगा बाकी सब पॉजिटिव रहेंगे. तो यहां देखो माइनस बी हो गया, माइनस बी यहां भी है, माइनस बी. और सी ई के लिए आपका सी नेगेटिव हो जाएगा. तो कंक्लूजन क्या निकलेगा? तीनों को मिला के आपका हो जाएगा ये इन सेंटर का कोऑर्डिनेट हो गया. ठीक है. अब सरकम सेंटर, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय सरकम सेंटर? इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ ए परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर ऑफ द साइड्स ऑफ ए ट्राइंगल इज कॉल्ड द सरकम सेंटर. सो कीप इन माइंड व्हाट इज द सरकम सेंटर. मीन्स किसी भी ट्राइंगल के साइड का जो परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर होगा वो जहां भी इंटरसेक्ट करेगा वो सरकम सेंटर होगा. सरकम सेंटर का मतलब है कि उस सेंटर से अगर हम ट्राइंगल ड्रॉ करेंगे तो वो तीनों वर्टेक्स से पास होगा. तो उसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? सरकम सेंटर. सो लेट अस OA और OB इक्वल टू OC ऑल आर इक्वल. दीज आर द रेडियस, that is circumradius of this circle. So this is the OA, OB, OC. These are the radius of the circle. तो क्लियर हुआ कि सरकम सेंटर क्या होता है? इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ परपेंडिकुलर बाइसेक्टर ऑफ द साइड्स ऑफ ए ट्राइंगल इज कॉल्ड द सरकम सेंटर. सरकम सेंटर का भी कोऑर्डिनेट हम पता कर सकते हैं. द अबव रिलेशन गिव्स टू साइमल्टेनियस लीनियर इक्वेशन. Their solution give the coordinate of O. तो यहाँ पे हमें दो इक्वेशन मिल जाएंगे. तो इन इक्वेशन को हम सॉल्व करेंगे. किससे इक्वेशन मिलेगा? इसका कोऑर्डिनेट हम मानेंगे x1 y1 और यहाँ कोऑर्डिनेट दिया ही होगा तो इसका डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला यूज करेंगे. फिर इसके बाद OB के लिए हम फाइंड करेंगे और दोनों को इक्वल करेंगे तो एक इक्वेशन मिलेगी. इसी तरह से OC और OA को इक्वल करेंगे तो एक और इक्वेशन मिलेगी. इन दोनों को सॉल्व करेंगे तो x1 और y1 का कोऑर्डिनेट हमें मिल जाएगा. तो इसको हम इक्वेशन बना के सॉल्व करेंगे. इसका डायरेक्ट फॉर्मूला नहीं होगा, डिस्टेंस फॉर्मूला यूज करना होगा. ऑर्थो सेंटर, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय ऑर्थो सेंटर? इंटरसेक्शन ऑफ एल्टीट्यूड ऑफ ए ट्रायंगल इज कॉल्ड द ऑर्थो सेंटर. मींस एल्टीट्यूड का इंटरसेक्शन हमेशा उसका ऑर्थो सेंटर होगा. कोई भी ट्रायंगल हो तो ये ट्रायंगल ABC है और इसका एल्टीट्यूड हमने ड्रॉ किया और इसका एल्टीट्यूड ड्रॉ किया तो इसका ये इंटरसेक्शन पॉइंट H मिला। ऑर्थो सेंटर को हमेशा H से डिनोट करते हैं, तो ये हो गया इस ट्राइंगल का ऑर्थो सेंटर। ठीक है, तो हाउ कैन यू फाइंड ऑर्थो सेंटर इज ऑलवेज डिनोटेड बाय H। We will learn to find the coordinate of orthocenter after we will learn straight lines and their equations. Okay, तो circumcenter, centroid and orthocenter, इनमें रिलेशन क्या होता है? What is the relation between circumcenter, centroid and orthocenter? The circumcenter O, centroid is G and orthocenter is H of a triangle are collinear। ये हमेशा एक लाइन में होते हैं। कीप इन माइंड दैट ये क्वेश्चन कंपटीशन में पूछा जाता है। ऑर्थोसेंटर, सेंट्रॉयड और सर्कमसेंटर, सेंट्रॉयड और ऑर्थोसेंटर, these all 3 points lies in a same line and this centroid again this divide the line segment in the ratio 1:2। यहाँ भी ये सेंट्रॉयड का वही काम करेगा। सेंट्रॉयड जहां भी होगा वो उस लाइन सेगमेंट को 1 और 2 के रेशियो में ही डिवाइड करेगा। G divide OH in the ratio 1:2। Always these are collinear in a triangle. Okay. Now area of triangle. How can you find the area of triangle? Try to understand. This is the most important things. Let us, this is x-axis and y-axis, and let one, this is a triangle whose coordinate of ABC are x1 y1 and x2 y2 and x3 y3. Means coordinate of point A is x1 y1 and B is x2 y2 and C is x3 y3. Okay, then how can you find the area of this triangle? Yes, of course we will divide this triangle in this part. First of all we will draw the perpendicular from these 3 points. Okay, now you can see that this part is a trapezium and this is also a trapezium. Third part is also a trapezium and remaining part is a triangle. So our requirement is triangle. So you can see how can you find the area of triangle. This is derivation. Area of triangle equal to area of this trapezium ABML। फिर हम क्या करेंगे, इस ट्रेपेजियम का एरिया निकालेंगे, फिर प्लस एरिया ऑफ ट्रेपेजियम ALNC। वेयर इज ALNC? दिस इज ALNC। नाउ द माइनस एरिया ऑफ ट्रेपेजियम BMNC। इसमें से इस एरिया को माइनस कर देंगे तो हमारा ट्राइंगल बच जाएगा, तो उसी का एरिया चाहिए। तो एरिया ऑफ ट्रेपेजियम BMNC एंड एरिया ऑफ ट्रेपेजियम एवरीबॉडी नो दैट half into sum of parallel side into height. So for this parallel side is BM plus AL and height is this one ML. So we can write that this is the requirement of triangle. So we will find the area of this triangle as half BL plus AL into ML, means parallel side AL plus BM and perpendicular is ML. Again half AL plus CN for this trapezium, AL plus CN and perpendicular height is LN, and minus half, this is the third trapezium, BM plus CN and perpendicular height is MN. So now put the all values, what you get? We will get y2 plus y1 x2 minus x1, this is ML, and y1 plus y2 x3 minus x1, and similarly y2 plus y3 x3 minus x2. On simplifying this we will get this form, that is half determinant of x1 y1 1, x2 y2 1, x3 y3 1, means this is the simplest form. Either you can write area of sign, that is point anti-clockwise, positive negative positive negative. When we are expanded, then we will get the sign first of all positive, after that negative, and then फिर positive, then we will get the area of triangle. So what is the expandation? कैसे करेंगे expand इसको? क्या करेंगे 1/2 तो लिखा रहेगा, फिर क्या करेंगे x1 लिखेंगे और x1 जिस वर्टिकल लाइन में आ रहा है उसको छोड़ देंगे और जिस हॉरिजेंटल लाइन में आ रहा है उसको भी छोड़ देंगे, तो क्या बचेगा y2, इसको बचे हुए को क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे। तो देखिए आप इसको इस तरह से कर सकते हैं, area of triangle, we will get the formula of area of triangle as you see, just x1 y2 minus y3 plus x2 y3 minus y1 and then x3 y1 minus y2. This is the area of triangle. Keep in mind that in the bracket you will get always negative sign and other all are positive. And x1, x2, x3, this is serial. x1, x2, x3. And similarly counting is also a serial. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3, 1. And this is cyclic form. 3, 1, 2. So this is the formula of area of triangle. Otherwise you can write this area of triangle in this form. This is two form of formula to find the area of triangle. Now area of polygon requirement, if you find the area of quadrilateral, area of pentagon, area of hexagon, then how can you find? Area of polygon with points ai, xi, yi, where I is 1 to n, means polygon कुछ भी हो सकता है, पेंटागन, हेक्सागन, ऑक्टागन, डेकागन, कुछ भी, तो उसका हम जितने भी गॉन होगा उतना ही यहाँ पे आई का वैल्यू होगा. जैसे डेकागन है तो आपको 10 पॉइंट्स दिए जाएंगे, x1 y1 x2 y3 x2 y2 x3 y3 x4 y4 x5 y4 x6 y6 x7 y7 x8 y8 x9 y9 x10 y10 मीन्स फॉर डेकागन के लिए. पेंटागन है तो 5 तक दिया जाएगा, x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3 x4 y4 x5 y5. तो आई का मतलब है कि जो भी पॉलीगॉन दिया होगा उतने पॉइंट्स आपको दिए होंगे. तो उसके लिए फॉर्मूला क्या हो जाएगा? यस, दिस इज द फॉर्मूला. 1/2 x1 y1 x2 y2. x1 से स्टार्ट करेंगे, x1 y1 x2 y2 प्लस x2 y2 x3 y3 सीरियल से, फिर xn minus 1 by n minus 1 xn yn and after that xn yn x1 y1. क्लियर? ऊपर वाला नंबर नीचे वाला नंबर से एक अधिक है, ठीक है, इस चीज को याद रखना है. 2 2 3 3 n minus 1 n और n और लास्ट में n और साइक्लिक फॉर्म में फिर बना जाएगा, ठीक है. तो ये हो गया एरिया ऑफ पॉलीगॉन्स. किसी भी पॉलीगॉन के लिए इस फॉर्मूले का हम यूज करेंगे. इसको सॉल्व कैसे करेंगे? क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई कर लेना है. यहाँ पे कोई नंबर होगा, यहाँ भी कोई नंबर होगा, इसको मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे प्लस इसको कर देंगे तो आपका जो भी वैल्यू होगा आएगा. x1 y2 माइनस करना है y1 x2. ओके, तो जो भी नंबर होगा फिर प्लस इसको करेंगे, फिर प्लस इसको करेंगे, तो आपको आंसर इसका मिल जाएगा डायरेक्ट ही एक ही बार में, ठीक है. So can be used to calculate area of quadrilateral, pentagon, hexagon, etc. for this formula. Okay, I think that you are enjoying this video. Now collinearity of 3 points. Method number first, using distance formula. क्या करेंगे? सबसे पहले हम a ये डिस्टेंस पता करेंगे. Let us this is a. फिर क्या पता करेंगे? ये डिस्टेंस पता करेंगे. Let us this is b. और आफ्टर दैट फिर होल डिस्टेंस पता करेंगे. अगर इन दोनों का सम इसके इक्वल है तो 3 पॉइंट्स आर कोलिनियर, सो दैट a प्लस बी इक्वल टू सी. सो दिस इज कोलिनियर. अदरवाइज सेकेंड मेथड से यूज ऑफ एरिया ऑफ ट्राइंगल, आप x1 y1 x2 y2 x3 y3 दिस इज द पॉइंट ऑफ वर्टिसेस, देन यू कैन शो द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस इज 0. इफ द वैल्यू ऑफ दिस डिटर्मिनेंट इज 0, then you can say that all 3 points are collinear.
So thank you friends to watching my video up to last, and don't forget to like, share and comment it, and subscribe my channel for getting first of all my video. Thank you once again.